So we're going to be going over downloading Jing and Screencast, using Jing for video capture, using Jing for picture capture, uploading recorded content to Screencast, and then accessing Screencast online for managing the videos that you've created or the pictures you've taken, taking them down if you want to, checking out how many people are viewing them, that kind of information. So starting off, downloading Jing and Screencast. If you want to download Jing, what you're going to go to is on the internet, go to Jing, and this is at www.techsmith.com/Jing, or you can do a Google search for Jing. If you go to this website, you'll see some information here. You can see some of the different types of products that this particular company has available. Some of them are free and some of them are not. But you can go through here, and if you want to take a look at what Jing is and read a little bit about what it can be used for, you can do that. But if you're going to download it, you can go to the free download button here. When you click that, it'll take you to a site for downloading. You just have to pick whether you're going to be doing a Windows or Mac. It has some of the system's requirements, so you can take a look and make sure that your computer system will handle and be appropriate for Jing. You can see that broadband is recommended for both because both of them use streaming through the internet, so broadband is certainly preferred to make the videos and to access them. After you start the Windows download, it will be a standard download process. At the end of the download, it will tell you that you need to put in an email address and a username and password. What that does for you is creates a Screencast account, and we'll come back to Screencast in a little bit. But Screencast is this particular site here, and what Screencast is basically where videos or images you take are kept online. You can see in here that you get 2 gigabytes of storage and 2 gigabytes of bandwidth each month for free, and you can certainly buy more if you need it. But after you make a video through Jing, which is an application on your desktop, then those will go into the internet and into the account here that you just created at the end of that process with Screencast, and that's kind of where you'll be able to go later to see your videos, to access some of the information from there, set up security settings, and those type of things. So fairly simple, and when you get that username and password at the end, what will happen is you will get a chance then to complete the download process, and Jing will become a program like any of the other programs in your folders, and we'll take a look at how you can use Jing then to make particular videos. What Jing will basically do is it will record anything on the screen that you select and either take a picture of that or make a video, and then if you're making a video, anything you put into that area, any applications you use will be able to show up in your video. And when you rewind it and play it back for students, or they access it online, they'll be able to see anything you do within the window that you select. So just to use this PowerPoint as an example, if I wanted to do a Jing with this, what I would do is go down, in my case, to my start bar, go to my programs folder because that's where the program is. I'll go down to TechSmith folder and then click on Jing here. And what that's going to do is load, and when it loads you'll see that we'll get a particular Jing star here, circle. I'll go up to the top of my screen. Now it'll kind of sit there, kind of semi-transparent. If I hover over it, I got 3 different places I can go here. One of them is this crosshairs look, which is where you pick to record something. This one's a history, where it can show what you've done in the past, and you can access links to it, or just be able to see what it is that you've recorded in the past. And the other is a settings tool, so if you need to change any of the settings, that's where you go within Jing. So if I wanted to record something, I would pick the capture tool. Now I get this moving crosshairs, and what I'd do is I'd select anything I wanted to within the screen. It could be the entire screen or just a portion of the screen. Let's say, for example, I wanted to record this PowerPoint, and all I wanted to do is record just the PowerPoint itself. I could click and drag that segment all the way down, and when I release, I'll get some information here where it says, do I want to capture an image? Do I want to capture video? When I would redo my selection, if I missed and didn't want to record what I selected, or I can just cancel and close this out. So in this case, let's go ahead and capture a video. So I click on here, and it's going to test my microphone. You can see that I am getting my microphone from my headset that I have. And I'm going to do continue. Now it'll give me a mic on and a countdown. And now when I get this kind of scrolling, kind of ant marching kind of look to it, that means it's recording. And I'll get my recording down here. You see it's got a 5-minute limit, so it's going to count me up to 5 minutes. And at that point it's going to stop. I could mute my microphone, I could stop or finish, I could pause if I chose to. But anything I do in here will be recorded. If I were to go down to the next page, I could click down, do page down. It would show anything the same way. So I could bring in, say, a picture from a file I wanted. File. I just picked a standard deviation curve in here. Anything I do within the screen is going to end up being recorded. So in this case, I also have myself a little stylus. So if I had a pen, I could go in here and I could actually write in arrows, point out items that I want people particularly to look at. Or I could just move my mouse around and my mouse will show up and I could show and talk through different items. So I could go here and I could go through as many items as I wanted to. I could record those and then I'd be able to, at the end, post that for students to view. So it's a good way of going back and being able to write in some information that you want them to take a look at, point out particular items that are particularly important to your lecture, and then post that for students. So anything that you do within this window is going to end up being recorded. And when you're done, you can see here I'm still counting down. I go ahead and push finish. And it's going to give me a little preview window where I can type in the name. And then my options are to save it. I can save it to my desktop. It's going to come in as an SWF file. I could share it versus Screencast. I could cancel. I could go into my customized buttons here, or if I had Camtasia Studio, which is a purchased product through TechSmith, I could also edit it. So in this case, I'm going to share versus screencast.com. You'll see I will get an uploading file, and you'll see we'll just have to wait and just wait until that uploads, and as soon as it uploads, it'll be available to view through the internet, and it'll give me a link that I can go to. So we'll take a look at this. Wait for it to save to Screencast over here. But it's also very useful while we're waiting for that to upload. You can use any number of items. If you wanted to go to Excel, I'll do this quite a bit with my students. So I'm doing a statistics class. I might put in an image, maybe a formula. In this case, it's for standard deviation. And I can put in data, be running data in Excel. Students can see that as they're going along. Again, if you have a writing program like a Bamboo writing pad or a Viz tablet, you could go in here and actually make writing and notes, and students will see those as you're speaking. So very useful. Any program that works. Only thing it doesn't work real well for is videos. If you're on the internet, you can go to websites. Websites look pretty good, but if you have any video on the website video itself doesn't record very well, so you can't record a video off of the website. But I've gone ahead and I've recorded that to screencast.com, and we'll see it in a minute. I go up to my history button here, and you can see here's my test for Jing. It has some information for it. How long, how much of a bandwidth I'll be using. And I can click on that. There, I've already done that. So it's already uploaded. I can take a look, I can view it if I want to preview. You can see that go ahead and play it this way. And in a minute, we'll show you how you can go in and get that link for it. So, very useful. You have a videos button and an images button, so you can look at either one of them back and forth. before we go into Screencast, let's take a look at how we can use Jing again for pictures. So I'm going to go back to my screen here. And if I wanted to take a picture, I again pick my crosshairs. I would select the area that I want to take a picture of. Instead of doing the capture video, I'll do capture image. Got some information. You can do a few edits here at the end. Name my file and share versus screencast or save. A lot of times when I do pictures, I'll just save it to my desktop because I want to insert them into a website or something similar. I'll do save, let's say in this case, and I'll just pick desktop. And it comes in as a PNG image. So we'll just do save, and it says capture saved, and it goes go ahead and you can open the file if you want to see where the file is. So pretty good quality. So let's go back and take a look at Screencast for a minute and see how that can be used. Again, we'll go down here. Screencast, now this is where I've already set up. I've already put in my email address, my password in here. I go to Google and just screencast.com and you can find the website, www.screencast.com. And so you've already, when you downloaded Jing, set up an account. If you recorded something and you shared it to Screencast, it's already gone to that site. I'm just going to go ahead and sign in here. Get the landing page for this particular program. So you can see you can have upload content, create a folder, create a playlist, you can move content. These are items, files that I've added in later on. It has next to each one how much bandwidth has been used, how many views it's had, when it was last modified, the duration, and the size. And you can see there's a folder created specifically for Jing. So if I go in here, I'll be able to see all the videos that I've done over time with Jing. And if I look down to the very last one, I have my test for Jing video. And if you go in here, you have some different options you have: editing, moving where it is, viewing. You can delete it if you don't want to have it there any longer. You can do the share button. It'll give you the URL. So if you want to copy that URL, you can put that in anything you want to. Send that to students and they can access it. You can do an embed link. So if you have the ability to embed into HTML, you can do that. Or you can send an invitation. So in our case, I'll just go ahead and copy this. Done. And if I were to open myself another window here and were to paste that in, see, it would take me to that video. I just have to click play, and it would show the video. So that's how it can be used. When you're done, just look at it. And I can take all these videos, again, use them for a lot of different reasons. I can track how many views they've had. And then another nice thing about some of these videos in Jing is, like I said, you can take this, you could save it to your desktop, save it to a file if you're starting to get close to your 2 GB limit, and then you could go ahead and erase this. And then at some point, if you wanted to, you could come to upload content and browse. You could pick the files to upload, and you can re-upload them and get the links to them again. So very useful. It's like I said, a great tool for a lot of different reasons, and whether it's helping students or you having students use it, or just if students have questions and you want to do a math problem online and show them how to do it, as opposed to just trying to explain it to them in a different way, or if you want to make a video for parents to watch, it's a very easy way that you can use this free tool. So hope this has been useful, and certainly there's a lot of different ways out there you could use it. Hope you can find your own or use one of the ones that I've suggested.